Welcome to Reiki. I'm glad you're here. Let's spend some time together. Today's Reiki is to help support you when you are going through hard times. So I invite you to close your eyes. Deepen your breath. And be willing to come into a place of peace and relaxation. We're going to count down from 3, 2, 1, 0. And I want you to imagine that you could breathe out of your feet. So notice your feet right now. Perhaps one is tingly and one is normal. Perhaps one feels heavy and dense and one feels light and free. Just notice the bottoms of your feet. And imagine if you could breathe out of the bottoms of your feet, what that would feel like. Breathing in through the bottoms of your feet and out. And in through the bottoms of your feet and out. And in through the bottoms of your feet and out. And stay with that rhythm while I talk here for a moment, in and out the bottoms of your feet. And I'm going to ask you a question. If this is not your first Reiki session, how do you know the Reiki is flowing? And when the video is over, I would appreciate it if you would comment about how you know the Reiki is flowing. So here are some examples that I have heard. Feels like a tingling sensation, a buzz sensation. Some people hear a pitch, like a sound in their ear. They feel a bump in the muscles. They feel a lightness, like a cloud around them. They see a color in their mind's eye. They feel the sensation of a breeze or a tickle or a feather on the skin. They feel the top of their head tingling. They feel warmth, or sometimes even cool. They feel a sensation of love that can't really be described with the senses. They smell something comforting or fresh. So what is it that makes you know the Reiki is flowing? And if you don't have an answer for it, no worries. That doesn't mean that the Reiki's not flowing. It just means that your indication might not be clear to you yet. And you know, I've been practicing since 2017, and the interesting thing for me is that it keeps evolving and changing. So that's really fun. All right, so have you continued that breath through the feet? And now I want you to notice what the sensation is at the bottoms of the feet. Has it changed? Like we said, perhaps one foot felt different than the other. Have they balanced out? Have they changed even more than before? There's not a right or a wrong. It's just interesting to notice. Okay. So now I want you to imagine that feeling of breathing through the bottoms of your feet has connected you, has grounded you to the earth with a pull of gravity. And I want you to imagine that pull of gravity is working on your legs and your knees and your thighs and your hips and your spine and your belly and your back and your front. And now I want you to imagine that you're breathing from your heart. So I'm going to take a moment of quiet here for you to settle into what does that feel like. Breathing from the heart. And if your eyes are open for just a moment, I'm going to encourage you to close them. As you're breathing through the heart, perhaps expanding the lungs and the rib cage. While your eyes are closed, notice Reiki light coming in through the heart and releasing through the heart. Breathing in through the heart and releasing through the heart. Breathing in through the heart and releasing through the heart. In through the heart and releasing through the heart. And I want you to imagine that that sensation of breathing through the heart is continuing up through the throat, the mouth, to the forehead and the crown of the head. And now I want you to imagine a bright, shining light from way above your head, coming down from the highest heaven. This light is coming around the top of your head, down your shoulders and chest and back and belly, down your arms and fingertips, down your legs, and out the bottoms of your feet. And it's connecting you from the highest heaven to the core, the center of the earth. So this wave of relaxation is coming through. So as we know, we are in the middle of a struggle or a hard time. It's so easy to get caught up in the drudgery, and it's so hard to stay positive. So I'd like you to imagine that you could take the circumstances that are contributing to this particularly hard season for you. You could take those circumstances and you could just put them out on the table in front of you. And whether they're written on a piece of paper, metaphorical piece of paper, or whether you have the kind of creativity within you that you could imagine these things just completely outside of you in your realm. So it might be a circumstance. It might be a physical struggle. It might be a mental struggle or an emotional struggle. It might be something material, like something is wrong with the place that you live or with your transportation. Just lay it all out. Pretend like it's in front of you. So again, if you have a table in front of you, or if you don't have a table, you could imagine there's a table and just set the things on the table. And Now I'd like you to use your own healing hands to send Reiki energy to everything that is contributing to your struggle right now. And if you say, but Jennifer, I don't know how to channel Reiki, I understand, but I'm here, right? So I'm channeling that Reiki for you. And you are just being willing to be a part of the solution. Okay? So as you're sending, I'm going to say, thank you, Reiki. Thank you to the source of Reiki. Thank you for being present for each individual who is watching this video today. Thank you for loving them and only wanting the best for them. Thank you for the human experience, which indeed includes hardships and struggles. Now, my friend, imagine the difficult things being surrounded by a light. And just ask what color it is, or maybe you already see it. You could just ask. We're just going to hold this Reiki. Continuing to breathe deeply through the feet and the heart space. Continuing to be open to seeing lights or images or symbols. And if that happens, just trust. Trust that the Reiki is flowing in exactly the way you need it to be for your highest good. And for the circumstances which are outside of your control, but you would like support with. I'd like you to imagine that there is a current of energy flowing directly from your intentions for things to work out well into the circumstances. And as that happens, I want you to imagine that there's a current of energy coming into your crown of your head, into your heart space, into the bottoms of your feet. And this is the light of Christ, the light of God, the light of Reiki. So it's coming in through you, in through your heart space, in through the circumstances, in through the hard times. And it's acting as a wash, like washing away the dirt and the debris and the sadness and the hardship and the despair and the worry and the fear and the concern. And you just wipe your hands of it. We're just going to sit in this refreshed energy for a moment. And I would like you to say your own prayer of gratitude and thanksgiving. Here's some examples that you can borrow if you wish. Thank you for keeping me healthy during this storm. Thank you for keeping me centered and balanced during this hard time. Thank you for keeping my mind clear when I'm in pain. What is it with your particular circumstance that you can say thank you for? And as you are saying words of gratitude, notice the breath through the bottoms of the feet. Notice the breath through the heart space. Notice the tingling through the crown of the head and into the heart. Notice the right and left sides of your body. And now, notice the pile Has it changed? Has it disintegrated? Has it turned to dust? Could you just blow it away? Now, we are always open in Reiki sections to dramatic healing and miracles. So perhaps your hard time was a headache and it's gone away. Or perhaps your hard time is a loved one's in the hospital and they are still there. Perhaps your hard time is you need a job and you're waiting for the phone to ring and it hasn't rung yet. I just want you, in this moment, to tap into what it feels like to be completely at peace with what is, and to be vibrating at the same level as what it is that you want. So with the job example, you want a job or a new job or a different job. What does it feel like to be incongruent with the job that you want? And just sit with that feeling for a moment. What does it feel like to be healthy? And just sit with that for a moment. And take a deep, refreshing breath. And we're going to, again, thank Reiki, but we're also going to ask Reiki to stay with you in the hours, days, weeks, and months to come as the pile disintegrates and moves on, and you emerge with a fresh energy. Being present in the now, being present with what is, and also being filled with a flame of possibility for what is on its way. Let's take 3 breaths together. Namaste. The light in me recognizes and bows to the light in you. My name is Jennifer Hall. It is such an honor to get to share Reiki Energy healing with you here on YouTube. It is also my honor to work with people one-on-one here in my studio in Kansas City, Missouri, and online with people from anywhere all around the world. If I can help you, don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time.